Welcome to SoCal Surf with Dan Nappy. Before I forget, I need all of you to push follow on my podcast so that you're a follower, and that helps me with my situation with podcasting, and it makes it convenient for you as well. It makes it easy to get to. So do that. Appreciate it if you do, and let's get started. Today we went to Newport again with some rookies from inland, Las Vegas and Yorba Linda area, Anaheim Hills. And the surf was extremely small again, but I got there early before they did, and I caught a few waves down by the pier. It was a little bigger, not much bigger at all, but got a few little waves over there. And then I started working my way north to meet up with them by lifeguard stand 24. So I'd been surfing for a little over an hour before they got there, and then I started surfing with them. And this time I brought them with me outside the breakers. It was small, so it wasn't too threatening, pretty easy. And we went out past where the waves were breaking, and I was trying to show them how to find a wave that will work for them and try to paddle into it. And the first thing you want to do, of course, is find the wave. You've got to be in the breaking portion or section, if you will, of the ocean. So the waves are going to break so many yards off from the beach. But if you get too far out, then the waves aren't going to be steep enough to catch. So you have to be in the critical zone. So you have to kind of you just have to learn how to do it. There's no secret to it. It's just a matter of practice and trial and error, and see what waves you're catching. Obviously, on a long board, you can catch them sooner. On a shorter board, you've got to catch the waves steeper. And so we went out there and started catching some waves. I would help them find one. I'd say, here's one's coming, get ready, turn around. And you got to learn to turn the board around and get ready to catch the wave, and then start paddling when I tell you. So I was showing them when to paddle, trying to give them a feel for how the wave has to be, how steep it has to be for you to catch it. And they were doing really well. I mean, it was they were catching waves and standing up. So that's the next step into teaching how to surf, is to be able to paddle into a wave on your own and select a wave. And they were doing that. So we were surfing, together pretty much for 2 hours. So I'd been out there for 3 hours, and just selecting waves. I'd catch a few, and then I'd come up, help them catch a couple, and then catch a couple of my own. So back and forth for a while, and started to get crowded around 9. From 9 to 10, it was pretty crowded, but we managed to work our way into some open areas and caught some waves, and so it went really well. Water's warm. The sun started to poke out there towards the end, closer to 10. So it was getting sunny and warmer, so very good. And then I kind of went in. Before I went in, I was trying to teach them how to go through the waves, either duck diving or turtle roll, or just abandon the board and go. But the waves weren't too big, so it wasn't a situation where you had to really worry. So it went good. I went in after that, caught a few in, and there was one wave I caught towards the end. It was a left. I took it, stood up, and did a bottom turn. It has to be quick because the waves are small. I did a bottom turn, and then just as I came up on top of the wave again, a young lady was taking off on the wave, and I was going pretty fast down the line, and I had to do a very serious cutback, and I just missed her board. I mean, it just came across, and I can feel the board had just kind of grazed the rail, so my bottom of my board kind of slid along her rail, and she slid off to the other side to avoid getting run over. And so it was close, but nobody got hurt, no boards got broken. But that's one of the things I told the people I was teaching, was you got to be careful not to take off on a wave that somebody is already surfing. So you don't want to cut them off or crash into them. It's not good for either one of you. And that was good. Yesterday, I went surfing with Craig, and we were at the south side. I may have told you this, but he was paddling out, and some guy was coming across pretty fast on the left. And I was watching it because I knew Craig was in the path, and Craig tried to go through the wave, and when he hit the wave, it was strong and it pulled him back and kind of pulled the board out of his hands, and it went back and hit this other guy's board. And he could have, the guy was trying to get close. I don't know if he was trying to show off or what he was doing, but he was trying to get close to Craig as he was paddling out, and it kind of backfired on him, and the board went flying and hit his and just put a serious ding in it. And he had to, Craig offered to pay for it, but I don't know what happened. But he paddled in. He had to go in. And the same thing today with me. I almost hit somebody, but I pulled back, There was a couple of waves that I took with Peyton that I stood up on, and she fell, and the board went flying up in the air, and I had to take my arm and push the board away from me. And it's a foam board, so the risk factor is lower, but I pushed the board away from me. That happened twice. So all in all, 3 times today I had to avoid a crash on the surfboard. So that was fun. All right, well, towards the end, I was sitting on the sand and I saw Sienna starting to work her way back out. She was surfing on her own at this point, and she was walking out. And just then, the wave that was just in front of her, about 5 or 10 yards in front of her, it was about a knee-high wave, and in that wave there was a seal. And he was surfing, and they surf, of course, underneath the water. We surf on the outside of the wave. They say surf on the inside of the wave. And went right across her front, her face, and to the left. And everybody jumped up to see what it was. And I knew it was a seal, but I couldn't get the words out. I was saying it was not a dolphin. It was a seal, and that seal. And we had seen that seal many times. Me and Wesley have surfed with that seal several times. 2 years ago now. He's been out of town for a year, but he's gotten bigger. He's a full-grown seal now. When we were with him, he was small, and I can remember times surfing right over the top of him or her. I don't know how to tell the difference, but and then we've seen that seal around. Earlier in the day when I was at the pier, he was trying to steal fish off the people who were catching. People were fishing off the end of the pier, and he was out there trying to steal their catches. So he's been around that area for quite a while. That's his home. And we were just in his living room there surfing. So that was it. Good day, sunny day, small. Tomorrow we're going to get back on the Huntington Beach Trail, I believe, and try to catch some waves that go a little faster and a little bigger and stronger. So we'll see how that goes. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time on SoCal Surf with Dan Nappy. And if you're looking for him or want someone to find it, it's Dan Nappy's Tracks on Spreaker. All right, thanks. See you later. Bye.